Hello Year 7. Today we're going to be learning about factorising, but before we work on our new content, let's go over some things that we've learnt previously in this prior learning section. So question number 1, find an expression for the product. Now the word product means that we want to multiply A and B. To multiply A and B, we put them next to each other. So that AB there, that's the product of A and B. Then we want to take away, which is a minus sign, so we want to take away 9. So let's read over it again. We want the product of A and B, which is AB, take away 9. In question 2, we are told that x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 9, and we want to put those values into this expression. So to do this, we do 2 lines of working out. The first line is that we replace the letters with the numbers by substituting them in. So 3x is going to be 3 times 4 because x is equal to 4. Then we have plus 4y will be 4 times 9. And then that is all over 8. For the second line of working, we want to calculate what that is equal to. And to do this, we can just type it in our calculator. We don't have to show order operations. We just want an answer. So over 8, and it's equal to 6. In question 3, we want to expand, which means we want to get rid of the brackets, which means the thing that is out the front of the bracket is going to times by each thing inside. So 5g times 3g, 5 times 3 is 15, and g times g is g squared. Then we have a minus sign in the bracket, and we're going to times 5g times 2h. 5 times 2 is 10, and then we have a g from the front and a h from the bracket. And that's it, that's expanding. So that question number 3, when we were expanding, factorising is the reverse of that. It is taking 2 terms, bringing out a common factor, and putting things into brackets. So that's what this says down here. Factorising is the reverse of expanding process, to put an expression back into brackets. To do this, we have to be able to find the highest common factor. Back in the beginning of the year, we practiced doing this with integers, which is still going to be the same here for the number part of our question, but we may also have some letter factors as well. So in question 1, we just want to practice finding these factors. The first one is just with numbers. So if we have the number 20 and 25, we want the highest number that we can divide them both by without having any kind of remainder. Now, it can never be bigger than the smaller number. So if 20 is the smallest number there, that's the maximum size the factor can be. But 20 doesn't go into 25, so we're going to have to go even smaller. We're looking for a smaller number. So we might try 10. 10 still doesn't go into 25. So going smaller again, we would go down to 5. And 5 is a factor of both 20 and 25. So it is the highest common factor. Moving on to B, we have 18a and 24ab. Just looking at the numbers first, the 18 and the 24, we want the highest number that we can divide them both by. So 18 is the smaller of the 2 numbers. 18 does not go into 24. So we want to try something smaller than 18, but still a factor of 18. So we might go down to 9, but 9 doesn't go into 24 either. So let's try something a bit smaller. Let's go down to 6. 6 goes into 18 and 6 goes into 24. So 6 is the factor. Now this time there is also an A that is in both of those terms. So if there is a letter in both terms, that is a factor as well. So the A comes out as a factor. So 6A is the highest common factor. In part C, we have 12 and 15 as our numbers. So looking for factors of 12, the smaller number. 12 doesn't work for 15. If we went to 6, 6 doesn't work for 15. If we went down to 3, 3 does work for both 12 and 15. So 3 is the number factor. X is in the first term and there's an x squared in the second term. Remember that x squared means x times another x. So there is one x that is in both of those terms. So 3x is our factor. Okay, so once we can find factors, now we want to do the full question where we are factorising, which means putting into brackets. So the two terms are the two parts that are added together here, the 6x and the 15. And we want to find the highest common factor. Now 6 and 15, the highest common factor would be 3. So we bring the 3, that's the first thing we write down, and then we open brackets and we want to put the leftover parts inside those brackets. Now look at the first term, the 6x, and you want to divide that by the 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2x, and that makes the first thing inside the bracket. Then we have the plus sign from our question, and then we want to take the 15 and divide that by the 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Then close the bracket and we're done. You can always check to see if your answer works by timesing it back out, just in your head. So if you went 3 times 2x, you would get 6x. Then plus 3 times 5 makes 15. Okay, so it works. Let's try it again. We'll do a few more questions to practice. So moving on to question B. Our terms are 2x and 6. The highest common factor is going to be 2 because they can both be divided by 2. Open the bracket. Then we divide. We take the first term, 2x. 2x divided by 2. Well, 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then we would have 1x. But instead of writing 1x in algebra, we prefer to just write x because it's more simplified. Then plus 6 divided by the 2 makes 3. Close bracket. On to the next page, we'll do some more practice. Question C. We have 10y and minus 5. Both of those numbers can be divided by 5. So we do 10y divided by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2y. Then we have a minus sign, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. Close bracket. Question D. 16a and 24, looking for a factor. 16 is the smaller number, but 16 doesn't go into 24. So let's go a bit smaller. Let's go down to 8. 8 goes into 16, 8 goes into 24. So that's our factor. Open bracket. 16 divided by 8 is 2, and then the a. And then 24 divided by 8 is 3. Close bracket. Question E. We are going to look for a factor here. So we have 18xy plus 9x, minus 9x. So let's find a factor. 18 and 9. We can take the 9. The smaller number works for both of those. But also, there is an x in both terms. So we're also going to have a letter factor here, x. Okay, so if we take 9x out as a factor, 18 divided by 9 is 2. The x has gone out the front, but the y will need to go in the bracket. Then minus 9x divided by 9x. 9 divided by 9 is 1. And the x divided by x is nothing. That cancels out because that's out the front. So it's just 2y minus 1 in the bracket. For part F, 21 plus 14k. Both of those numbers can divide by 7. So 7 is our factor. Open bracket. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Then we have a plus 14k divided by 7. 14 divided by 7 is 2, and we still have the k. Close bracket. Part G. 36mn and minus 27m. So 27 is a smaller number, but it doesn't go into 36, so we'll have to go smaller. we would need to go down to 9. Both of those numbers divide by 9. They also both have an m in them, so m is also a factor. Then open up brackets, and we do 36 divided by 9 is 4. The m comes out the front, which means the n will go inside. Then minus 27 divided by 9 is 3. The m goes out the front, so there's no letters inside with that 3. We just close the bracket off. Okay, our last one, we have 3 terms. That just means we want to find a factor that works for all 3 of these. So looking at the numbers, they all divide by 5. They also all have an a in the terms. Then we open the bracket and let's start dividing. 15ab divided by 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. The a comes out the front, so the b will go in the bracket. Then plus, move on to the second term. 10ac, so 10 divided by 5 is 2. The a comes out the front and the c goes in the bracket. Then minus 25 divided by 5 is 5. The a goes out the front and that's it. Close bracket. So that's the end of our lesson on factorising. You now need to do page 41 of your booklet.